26. I nearly salivated at the gear in Timpy's shop. Like any gamer worth his salt, upgrades tickled the pleasure center of my brain.
Durable leather pants of the cheetah. Type, armor. Slot, legs. Quality, rare. Durability, 85 of 85. Plus 10 durability. Minus 10 durability decreases. Plus 10% movement speed without stamina penalty. Plus 50 stamina.
I could hardly wait to tell Destiny about the stamina boost, but she was in the middle of reuniting with her sister, and I didn't want to break that up. She'd kill for a pair of... Hey, Timpy, do you make this gear yourself?
My wife, daughters, and I do in the shop out back. I mainly stick to weapons and plate, while they dabble in all kinds of cloth and leather. Did you need something custom?
Do you happen to have a pair of plate leggings my Michonne companion back home could wear? I'm interested in stamina buffs and strength.
It just so happens I have a pair like yours in plate. I enchanted them myself. Does her tail bind high or low?
Although she was mid-chat and tearful, Machini pulled up her robe and wagged her tail.
It's just like mine.
Although her musculature was similar to her sister's, she was about 4 inches shorter at around 5'8".
Ah, perfect. Should I tailor an adjustment, Gemini?
What will they cost me?
Cost the Shenhua.
He wagged a finger.
No. It would be a defilement of Solara's illuminating name to charge her.
Wrong answer. I'd just found a major flaw in Enora online. A shopkeeper who would give away stuff to players. They'd be OP. That wasn't flying if I was going to live my life in this world. Those bastards could earn it like me. The legends of the beta testers purged from the game was a symbol of Enora's purest instincts, but it had drawbacks.
Pardon, Gemini?
The shopkeeper raised an eyebrow.
Each piece carries my mark. It would draw much business my way if you were seen wearing it. It's not like I gain nothing.
It will carry your signature, I will wear it with pride, and I will pay like everyone else. I decided to throw in a line to ruin it for anyone who came in the near future. And when I open the gates to millions more like me who will someday come, I hope you will charge them as well. It honors the goddess that the pious being who labors for his coin is thusly rewarded.
Your lack of greed and positive influence on this shopkeeper, as well as your pure concern for the future of Solara's domain, pleases the goddess. Nice move. Alignment, light, plus 176. Rank, good. Next threshold, light, plus or minus 500. Next rank, esteemed.
By the gods, I was finally getting the hang of this. Serve others. Serve the goddess. Don't be a dick.
It will be as you ask, Gemini. I will return in a moment.
He turned to the Michonne, though his face tilted toward the ceiling.
Oh, and your sling is repaired, Machini. I have no intention of charging you such a pittance.
The Michonne nodded her thanks and turned to me.
Thank you, Gemini. It is so nice to speak with my sister, even at a distance. I have missed her these years. If I can convince my pride to come, considering the circumstances of her departure, we will march south. If not, I will venture alone.
I shook my head. How far is your pride?
2 days' journey to the north. I've made longer trips.
Alone? She nodded with quick tips of her head.
I volunteered to supply the pride so I might gain levels while I'm here.
May I inspect you?
If you wish. Machini share. Michonne. Level 29 slinger. Strength, 9. Dexterity, 49. Intellect, 6. Wisdom, 6. Constitution, 57. Charisma, 10. Raised naturally through life actions, Machini has 161 unspent attribute points.
My forefinger and thumb pinched my chin before I knew I was doing it. It pained me to see someone with all that unspent potential. I wanted to befriend her, bind her, and check the free roam box right there. After the death of what might have been a powerful ally out on the street, the temptation to snag her was that much worse.
You seem perplexed.
The text in my interface blurred, then turned transparent when I focused on the Michonne. I see a lot of potential. She nodded, understanding.
Finding class trainers who won't charge me every raid gold I earn for just 5 points is nearly impossible. Only by the generosity of an unregistered slinger who passed through here weeks ago was I able to spend 5 points in my primary attribute.
Dexterity, right? Her head bobbed a few times.
Yes.
I see you're 17, 2 years younger than Decini. Again, she nodded in those short bobs.
But I'm mature for my age.
Her cheeks colored. If you're out there slinging rocks at shade witches, I guess you are, she replied in rapid, clipped words.
Our Pride Master doesn't approve, especially with what happened involving Decini years ago. He frowns upon my family at every opportunity. I think it's why he let me volunteer to do the supply runs. If I die, it's no fur off his tail.
Decini never told me what happened with this Pride Master.
Oh.
She covered her mouth, then dropped the hand to her chest.
I've spoken prematurely. I hope you'll forgive me if I let Decini tell her own tales. It's not my place.
I respect that. If Decini's ready to tell me someday, she will. If not, that's her prerogative. Either way, I still don't feel good about you running around alone. Would you mind hanging around here for about 15 minutes?
I could.
She looked around the shop, then the shopkeeper returned with the plate pants I'd ordered. He charged me 12 gold. I didn't think that was enough, but what did I know about prices in the north? Or anywhere, really. When I spied the tail hole he'd set in the rear of the gleaming plate, a thought occurred. Mishini, why do you wear a robe? Isn't it cumbersome?
Sometimes. I must roll my sleeves to swing freely, but the Michonne don't like it when one of us draws attention.
So that's why you hide your tail, but the shopkeeper seems to know who you are. She raised a shoulder and dropped it.
The Templars and Liatra know as well.
Liatra, the mage.
But one never knows when the people who pass through town hold the prejudices of the South, so I play it safe.
Smart, but you won't have to do that anymore. I cocked my head up at the blind man. Then I remembered he couldn't have seen the gesture. Timpy, outfit Mashini in the best gear suited for a slinger. Put it on my tab, and I will pay you when I return in 15 minutes.
I could not ask you to do that,
Mashini asked. Her eyebrows arched at full tilt. You didn't ask. I offered. I changed the subject before she could argue because this was Decini's sister, and I'd be damned if I wasn't going to protect her. Maybe she was capable of taking care of herself. Maybe I was a chauvinist, but family was family. Are there many others like you in the Pride? Combatant types?
We all learn defense to protect our camps and face wild animals in transit between them. Few have combat classes, though. As I said, I was lucky to find a trainer.
Understood. I'll be back in 15. I strolled out of the shop and looked down the road. Liatra and the 2 Templars consorted. All the witch corpses had vanished. As I approached the threesome, I took in the vast forest to the west that wrapped around the north. Ah, Gemini! Yakol greeted me. Greetings, Templar. I nodded at Liatra and Meslar. She returned the nod with the hint of a smile, and the warrior bowed. I pointed at the forest. We dealt them quite the blow today. Yakol bumped his fist on his chest.
The mightiest blow I've ever seen. Especially impressive since it's the largest crowd I've ever seen at once. I judge from their relentless pursuit and constant screams about you they held a special purpose.
He winked. Right. I guess I'm popular with the Dark Ones. Liatra burst with laughter, then stopped abruptly.
Sorry.
Don't be. Your laughter is musical. She laughed again.
I see the goddess's chosen one is a charmer.
I pointed to the hill leading to the forest. How many witches do you think live in there?
I'd say we destroyed as many as half of them. But there is the one place my wolves won't go, like it's warded in evil. The dark being is probably enraged.
The High Priestess? I asked. The warrior jerked.
You know who she is?
He glanced at his companions with his features stretched in wonder.
No one has laid eyes on her and lived to tell. How is it you know her? From the goddess?
As I mentioned to Yakol after he rescued me, she's a powerful presence. When they clocked me in the registrar's office, they dragged me to their leader. The warrior bowed his head.
It is my great shame I was not alert as they smuggled you out of town. I don't know how they did it. The registrar fretted over it. Said he'd been in the back and you were gone when he returned.
One of Kame's men was there. He opened a portal of kinds beneath me. It was all very fast. It seems he's running the whole outfit. I learned the governor of Null is his lackey, doing the Dark Underlord's bidding all this time. I suspect his line has served for many generations. Yakol frowned.
I really must report to Baldric. Tell me, Gemini, did you get in touch with your elven companion?
I did, but in all the hubbub, I haven't had a chance to ask him how I might help the Queen Elf.
If it suits you, I would like to take you with me to our stronghold and introduce you to Baldric.
While something told me these Templars might be great allies, I still had lots of fish in the pan. I would like to meet him, but first I must deal with Giles. Then I might escort Mashini Cher back to her camp. You see, her sister lives in my hamlet to the south. This was the Michonne home before they were driven away, but we liberated it and want them to come live with us while we build forces and recruit allies to deal with the governor, and, ultimately, Kame. Liatra chimed in.
Is Mashini bound to a camp?
I'm not sure. Since NPCs didn't respond, I doubted she would bind there. The possibility existed because she might be carrying a teleportation scroll, but I couldn't be certain. I can find out. Why?
Depending on your elven friend's needs, I might be able to help. If she's bound there, I could cast a portal for you to travel there instantly.
Oh, thank you. Timpy is outfitting her as we speak, so I'll ask her. But I have another question first.
Ask it,
Yakol said. If events allowed for it, how would you feel about gathering up some of your people sometime in the future and clearing out Arum Forest once and for all? It might take an army to bring down the High Priestess, but I'm putting it on my to-do list.
You have been offered a legacy quest, a grand idea. Clear the Arum Forest of the Shade Witches who have tormented Briarton for ages. Rewards, 1 full level, 50,000 additional XP, regardless of level at the time of completion. Bonus objective, defeat the High Priestess and destroy the Tree of Hokram. Bonus rewards, 5,000 gold. An unbreakable weapon tailored by the hand of Solara for your class. 60,000 bonus XP, regardless of level at the time of completion.
I hope more mythics are coming,
Mesler grumbled.
Stifle your doubts, Templar,
Yakol thundered. Apologies. It might be a grand undertaking, I said. And I'm just spitballing here. I might need to advance an insane amount, but I'm certain I could come up with a plan. So my question is, would the Templars be interested in ridding Briarton of this High Priestess who serves as Hokram's right hand? Yakol nodded.
Yes, but I thought Kame was his right hand.
I believe the Priestess's jar is equal. She will not be an easy foe to erase. But when I made the suggestion a moment ago, a quest of epic proportions was granted to me by Solara. Allow me to share it.
You have offered the legacy quest, a grand idea, to Liatra Manase, Mesler Tamp, Mashini Cher, and Yakol Prunda.
Aside from Mashini, we were the last 4 members of the combat party. Although I wouldn't see her reaction, the facial expressions of those before me were priceless. The Templars took a knee. Yakol's breath came shallow. Liatra stepped back, both hands pressed to the chest of her embroidered white robe, her mouth agape.
Solara's might,
Yakol blurted.
I've never seen the likes. An unbreakable weapon.
Liatra gasped.
A full level. Over 100,000 XP. Get a load of all that gold. You would share this with us?
I nodded. Shit, yes. Liatra stepped forward, then knelt before me and bowed her head.
I pledge my service to the mythic Hand of the Light. For as long as you desire my companionship and value my service, I will not leave your side, Shenhua Gemini Fowler. Command me.
This was becoming a commonplace.
Liatra Manase, a white mage and purveyor of the light, has pledged fealty to you. Since she holds a disposition of endeared, you may bind this companion to you.
Jumps right in, doesn't she?
Yakol said with a chuckle.
Are you certain we're worthy of such a task, Gemini?
If your order would benefit from a piece of the spoils, I'll take all the help I can get. Since it's outdoor action and there are no instances involved, we can take an army in there and root them out. It wouldn't be about the XP anyway.
An alluring opportunity indeed. Accepted. Dance wolves,
The 5 wolves laying on their bellies next to the Beastmaster leapt to their paws and reared up on their hind legs. They spun in circles and dropped again.
Yakol has accepted your legacy quest. Liatra has accepted your legacy quest. Meslar has accepted your legacy quest.
I bowed. Excellent. You might have to carry it in your quest log for a bit, but it'll be worth it when the time comes. If you'll excuse me, I need to chat up my clan, then return to Mashini.
Mashini has accepted your legacy quest.
Speak of the devil. The kid was hungry. I liked it. But then Destiny popped to mind. What would she think if I gathered a bunch of fighters and dragged her sister into what would undoubtedly be a nightmarish entanglement? So, I shared the quest with my clan. Maybe we could all get involved after I'd tidied up my to-do list. Liatra and the Templars returned to the inn 2 doors down from Timpy's shop, where Thunder was tied. While it was great he could serve in a combat capacity, I didn't want to use him unless I had to. I went to feed him and opened my clan chat.
Clan, Destiny. What? We're raiding now? I still have work here. Clan, Roshan. It would be a fine service to Solara. Clan, Priya.
We'll burn bitches. Yes. How do I get there?
Clan, Gemini.
Don't get all worked up yet. I still have business to take care of, and we all have levels to attain. Try to imagine defeating your mother in combat. What level would a group need to be?
Clan, Priya.
Oh, yeah. That's tough. Jara would kick our butts with a twitch of her eye.
Clan, Priya. Private chat.
But it gets me all hot when you bring sick loot opportunities.
Clan, Gemini. Private chat.
You're incorrigible.
Clan, Giles.
Gemini, I have arranged for Probert Mulk's niece to be treated. I've also been in touch with Prontu. On my way to Trowsby, where I met up with Brug, my luck proved divine when I came across a sister from the Queen's Forest, whose bind point is still there. Prontu will open a portal, and along with Mage Mora, we will venture into the forest. Then we'll warn the Queen and help her prepare defenses.
Clan, Gemini.
That's a damned relief. Mora is with you?
Clan, Giles.
A tale for later.
Clan, Gemini.
Fine. I've also found a fast passage to Destini's people and plan to help Mashini convince them to come. If the portal maker comes with, we could teleport back here, then set out to aid you if we're needed.
Clan, Giles.
It is 2 days' travel from your position. If you spotted the governor's men yesterday, they will arrive before you. See to Destini's people. I will warn my mother, and my party will create havoc. Write to me for an update when you've completed your business. I think I know how we might reunite without the long travel.
Clan, Gemini.
Yes, sir. Will do.
Clan, Destiny. Private chat. Before you go, Priya is having strange dreams. She seems to be recalling her past. Strange happenings. Clan, Gemini. Private chat.
Did she tell you about them?
Clan, Destiny. Private chat. Just that she was in the base of a large tree in the dark wood. Her mother was there. She went by Delphine. Oh, and that was the first time she met this Prontu.
We were sharing dreams now. Kame's dark presence standing behind my half-elf dream girl with an obsidian sword in his hand came to me on a wave of cold. A shiver crept up my spine. As much as I wanted to talk to Priya and compare notes, I had crap to do.
Clan, Gemini. Private chat.
Thank you, my friend. I look forward to hearing all about the hamlet. I will reach out soon.
Clan, Destiny. Private chat. Take care of my sister, and don't let anything you hear among my people set you off without hearing from me. Clan, Gemini. Private chat.
Your past is your past. I don't care, and I would never. All my love. Oh, and give Lucius a big hug and tell her it's from me. You know, just to mess with her head.
Clan, Destiny. Private chat. I will do no such thing. Tease.
I logged off and stepped lively as the sun dimmed in the early evening sky.
Fowler.
My horse neighed and I spun around. At the end of the road, at the edge of the grassy hill I'd seen one time too many that day, stood a cloaked figure. He spread his hands.
You have dodged the will of Holcroom's hand for long enough, Gemini Fowler. It is time to make good on your threats from your time in the Dark Wood.
The Terran. I'd hoped the elite necromancer had gone back to his work with the governor's regiment, but I guess he found out I'd evaded Visel, the dead witch. There was no sign of the Templars or the white mage who'd just pledged her service. So I walked to the center of the road, drew my katana and scowled. Then I opened a party chat.
Party, Gemini.
Liatra? Templars? There's a summoner in the middle of town who works for Kame. He's an elite. Anyone up for a warm-up dance? Boots thumped on the floor of the registrar's office, then the warriors appeared. His head swiveled both ways. A door burst open at the far end of the street on the right. Liatra stepped out. Then Yakol stepped past her. The wolves brought up the rear. I eyed the dark bastard and smiled. You should have gone back to your army, dirtbag. He spread his arms apart, and an amethyst hue with twitching black spirals engulfed his maroon hands. An ethereal wind blew the hood off his head, and I spied the black line running down his red flesh. His eyes glowed bright red, then 5 pairs of skeletal hands sent clumps of grass flying as they burst from the ground surrounding him. Skulls popped out of the soil. Purple tracers formed spirals in the darkening surroundings as the caster swung his arms in wide circles. A few seconds later, a hulking red spirit burst through the ground like a ghost risen from the dead and hovered over his right shoulder.
Gazda, level 35 elite, lava minion of Urakan. Strength, 50. Dexterity, 50. Intelligence, 40. Wisdom, 40. Constitution, 35. Charisma, 1.
He thrust a finger toward the Beastmaster and Liatra. The skeletons charged. His other hand gestured toward Mesler Tom, who rushed to stand in front of me. It was on.